Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. So this morning, I'm going to go over trading momentum stocks and what I look for when I decide if it's a stock that I want to trade. There's a bunch of different criteria that I always look for, including technical analysis before I get into a trade. These are very volatile, very fast moving stocks, and you have to know and be prepared of what you're going to do before you get in. So there's a couple of different things I like to look at, and I'm going to share all of that with you guys here with a trade that I just took on it this morning. So, this is real money that I put on the line. This is my account. This is not some demo account. This is real, so that you guys can see the strategy and how it works. And, maybe it helps you guys in your own trading. But, I always found myself that watching people actually put real emotions and money on the line and go over their trades, that's the best way to learn. Now, I trade many different strategies. I could basically, trade any market, options, futures, swing trading, long-term portfolio building. I mean, anything, once you learn the overall market, which I've been doing for decades at this point, you can really understand the supply and demand of basically any market. So before I do that, let me just share with you guys first our Discord. This is where I will post every morning what I'm looking at. So I posted this before I even took a trade on this stock. So I alerted Discord. Now it is early, and I'm on the East Coast. So when I'm posting, I think this morning I did my daily levels and my my preview. Let's see what time this was. I don't even know. It's like 5:30 in the morning. So that could be about 2:30 in the morning if you live on the West Coast. So now I do get it. I understand that it's early and a lot of traders aren't even up yet, but I will still be here posting basically the entire morning. Now I get the kids ready for school. If you guys have been following the channel, you kind of know that I'm a dad that wears many hats. Okay. I own multiple businesses. I, day trade. I run this chat room, our Discord, as you can see, and, also take care of 2 little girls, a wife, family, you name it. So anyway, I am up very early. I barely sleep. So, we alerted here. These are the call out section. So, if it broke the 200 moving average, which I'll show you guys with my technicals of why I like to wait and then get into a stock, I would be interested. It did that. I got interested. I got over that level, and we made a quick $105 just by scalping, some of these stocks early in the morning. So, this is really valuable stuff. Now, the Discord right here, it's literally the best value you can get. $99 lifetime. If you get in by December, it's $99 and you don't have to worry about any monthly subscription payments that we're going to be doing after that. So I highly recommend this community. It's nice trading with other people. I traded alone for a long time. It was not as fun as I'm having right now. So here's RCAT. Now, I'm going to link in the description our pre-market gap scanner. This is from Thinkorswim. I have multiple scanners. One of my biggest watched video on YouTube has so many views, and it's how I created the Warrior Trading Momentum Scanner through Thinkorswim, and it works like a gem. So I'm going to link those two scanners, I think, in the description, so you can go back and you can watch those videos if you want. These are key. You have to have a scanner. You have to have a way that you can see the stocks that other people are looking at. Look at this. RCAT has almost 13 million shares of volume. It's 8:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is amazing. So, you know, having these scanners is huge. It's what I look at every single morning. So then what do? So what I will do is I'll look at the float. I'll look at the price. You know, if it's in that wheelhouse where I think a lot of other day traders are going to be able to A, afford it, and B, make those quick moves. And on the cheaper stocks like this, you know, a 10-cent move, like you can see here, is over $100 of profit, you know, with the shares I take. Now I'll put it actually, okay, so that's the float. So I always look at the float. The lower the float, the better. So 11 million share float for the top gapper, that is really good. 53 million is still okay. I'm totally fine with that. Anything under, you know, that 75 million and under, you like to see it even lower, like 8 is amazing. You know, 4 down here is really good. The lower the float, the more parabolic move you can get. It's simple supply and demand. The less the float, the less the supply. So if you add demand from a news catalyst, you can really see a squeeze because there's demand for that tiny amount of shares that they have outstanding. That's why we like to trade the low float stocks. So this stock had a decent float. You know, I would normally like to see it lower than that, but that's totally fine. Now, the next thing I look at is the news. I want to see what the news catalyst is, and it had a very good catalyst. Now, this is not a biotech stock. Those really, you know, phase 2, phase 3 studies, they can give you massive moves. Now, I wasn't expecting that with this, but it had enough of a catalyst. You know, anytime, especially nowadays, receiving NASA, you know, contracts, you know, for drones and stuff like this. Let's see here. Investing in the future of drones. So, you know, you want to see these companies, these small companies, get these big contracts, and it could give you a little pop in the price. And that's what we did. So we had the catalyst, we had the price, we have the float. The last thing I look at before I get into a trade is I like to pull up the daily chart. Now, this is the daily chart for this stock. It goes back, as you can see, years. I'm more interested in what it has done recently. This past year, you can see the volatility. And let me just put the right study back on the daily chart. And I'm just going to take off this one and take off this one. I want to look at the 200 moving average. On the daily chart, the 200 moving average seems to be a very key for momentum traders, for where certain momentum traders will short off of, right? So I don't know why I have a pencil icon here. Maybe that'll change here. Hang on 1 second. All right, I don't know if I'm losing internet or whatever, but right here, the 200 moving average is at 347. So when it is at 347 here, I wanted to wait until the price got over that because that's an area of resistance. Once it got over 247, and I'm going to bring you back onto the 1 day, 1 minute. And by the way, those purple lines were all areas where I thought would be a good area for resistance to show up. So that's why I marked those key areas out. And like I said, I post them all on our Discord. So we all know where these key levels are. This is what I like to look at when I'm on the 1 day, 1 minute. I have VWAP, I have my 9 EMA, and that's it. Those are the indicators that I use. So when I'm looking to get into a trade, I have everything that I wanted to do, right? So I was waiting for the 200 to break. It broke. I got in, and this is where I ended up getting in. Now, if you have followed me, at all, you know that I don't like to chase price all the way up. I like to wait for that pullback to happen for the next move up. I feel like I get a better price. I feel like, I get a better entry, which gives me more room to hold onto a stock. Now, if I enter way too high, like here on the top of that candle, we're at 360 instead of 353. All of a sudden, if I have to hold it a little bit, now this one held up over VWAP, over VWAP and over the 9, which was really good. So I didn't really, this whole trade was a very, easy on the mind, I guess you would say. It wasn't very stressful of a trade, even though I did get in with 1,000 shares here. I felt so in control of the trade. I felt like I got a good entrance, and then I just waited for the next leg up. So this held up very nicely here. It was kind of setting up, if you would, a flat top breakout right here. You have a nice area of consolidation before the break of that level. Now, trading momentum, and this is key. And you can see right here that I sold. And you might be saying, why would you sell? Why don't you hold, for a day, for hours, for whatever? I am a scalp trader. This works for my personality. Once I start to see price stall a little bit, and you can see it came back down, basically below my entrance. So I like to take profit into it. So I sold half into this push up, and then I sold half on the next 1 minute candle as it kind of held that level a little bit. So that's what I look at. And you can see here, it's 8:23 in the morning now. It's basically the same pre-market gap scan. I don't really see anything else interesting here at the moment. And you start to have the stock, it's still holding up this 350 area, which it really needs to, because it broke VWAP. I don't like when a stock breaks the 9, and I don't like when it breaks VWAP. So this is something that if you got in here, this would be because you are looking at support around here. If it ever broke this area, I would say you would have to cut your losses, because this is where the setup is. If it breaks this and you hold it and hope that it goes back up, at that point, you're kind of off your trade plan and you're not trading what you thought was going to happen anymore. So once that happens, you should really be cutting the trade. Don't hold these stocks. These stocks are meant for quick scalp trading. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this, quick video on how I trade momentum stocks and how I traded RCAT this morning and what I look for when I do trade it. So that's, $105 in the bank. Very happy with that. And right now I will get the kids ready for school. So that's it. Hit the thumbs up for the video. If you want, join our Discord. Great group, a growing group, and a fun community to trade in. All right, take care, guys.